Welcome back to Sekeema's Ridge Shooting Sports. This is the second channel from Sekeema's Ridge Homestead. It's our new business. We're starting a shooting range and hopefully a gun store at some point. So this is our introductory video. We're going to show you what's going on, and we're going to kind of bash a local shed manufacturer for what they delivered me. Okay, today is December 13th. Back in October 12th, we went to Timber Creek Structures, which is a shed manufacturer up in Warren, Ohio. And we bought, a shed from them to use as our range office and hopefully someday a gun store once I get my FFL. And what we bought was supposed to be a repo unit. Now I'll put a picture of the actual unit we bought, and you're going to see it's different than what's sitting here today. The repo we bought did not have these windows in the front doors. Not a big deal. We're not going to use the doors anyway. We're going to close them off, which makes it having windows kind of stupid. We bought this particular shed. It's a 10 by 20, they call a garden shed, because it was supposed to be a repo, and they were going to deliver it in 2 to 3 weeks. That was October 12th. Like I said, today is December 13th when this was delivered. We called them a couple times. They never got back with us. Well, I take that back. I texted her a few times and she never got back with me. I finally contacted them on Facebook Messenger, and they said they were having truck issues. And they sent me another copy of the receipt. And on the top of the receipt, it had delivery by, and it had November, something kind of scribbled out. You couldn't see it. And then it had week of December 8th. So they knew in mid-November it wasn't coming till now, but never told me, never said anything. I'm guessing that the repo unit, quote unquote repo unit we looked at, was just a brand new shed, because there wasn't a spot on it. It looked like a brand new shed, never used. And that was their thing. Oh, we delivered that and they never used it. We had to repo it. I'm guessing that was a brand new shed for somebody else. Sold it to me as a repo and then built me this shed. Which on one hand is fine. I got a brand new shed out of it at a $500 discount, but this isn't what I wanted. I'd have much rather had a different style shed, but I bought this style because it was what was repoed and was supposed to be delivered in 2 to 3 weeks. So I think they just lied to me and said that this shed's a repo, you can have it for $500 less cash. You couldn't rent to own it at that price. To rent to own it, even though it was supposedly a repo, I had to pay full retail price for it. So I think they're full of shit up there that these repos are there. They're selling brand new sheds at a $500 discount and calling them repos and cash. A buddy of mine at work also bought a shed from there a while back, unbeknownst to me, because I wasn't working there at the time when he did it. He bought a brand new shed, custom built, supposed to be delivered in 8 to 10 weeks or 10 to 12 weeks, whatever they tell you. He made the mistake of also paying cash for it. So he paid cash for a full price shed. Took him 10 months to get it. Same thing, always excuses. Oh, our truck's broken down, this and that, it's coming. Biggest problem he had is being a pre-built shed. He had a 25% fee should he cancel the order. So he was kind of stuck waiting on his. I threatened them for a refund, and that's when they turned around and hurried up and delivered me this shed, which, like I said, isn't even my technical shed that I bought. They say setup and delivery is included in the price. Yes, it was delivered, but it's just sitting on the ground and it's crooked as hell. I'm going to have to crawl underneath there and jack it up and somehow level it myself. This end over here is probably 6 to 8 inches lower than the back corner. So it's unusable right now because it's sitting at such a bad angle. When they deliver it, they have a piece of blocking here to hold the doors shut so they don't come open on travel, which is understandable. To remove it, he just kicked it. Got one screw laying on the ground here. There's one screw sticking out of there all bent up. So that was their method of taking that off. Don't get a screwdriver, just kick it, knock it off of there, break the wood. Inside, we've got a random nail just sticking out of the wood here for no apparent reason. Got the keys screwed to there, which is fine. Also got a nail sticking out here by the window. It's pretty close to this trim. I'm going to be awful careful trying to drive that nail in so I don't screw this window up. But yeah, to end this rant and then move on to talking about what we're doing, I'd be very, very cautious if you live in Ohio and buy a shed from Timber Creek Structures up in Warren. And I believe they have a lot of satellite offices around that get their sheds from them as well. But yeah, that's my rant, and that's my warning to be careful if you're going to buy a shed from Timber Creek Structures in Ohio. Now, to get on to what we're doing with this, like I said, we are starting a range. We have a 150-foot rifle range out here right now. This is a temporary structure with some shooting benches in it for customers to come to. We have cleared all the pine trees out of this corner. We got quite a few more to clear out to make room for parking and so forth. But getting the building in was more important at the time. We need to get our driveway brought around better. You can drive back here, but it's just dirt, so we need to get some gravel put in at some point. Down on the bottom down there, we have a 30-yard this direction, 50-yard this direction pistol bowl we're working on. I got a lot more dirt to move before that's usable. Well, it's usable, but it's not great. It needs leveled out quite a bit. But at least we have the 150-yard rifle range, which I believe when we do the pistol bowl, we may extend that out to 200 yards. That's our temporary shoot house that will probably become like a pavilion type wooden structure with a steel roof at some point. But that was just to get up and running. We had a few people come out to sight their rifles in for deer season in there. We've got electric ran from the house back to here. Right now it ends at the curve. I need to get the rest of the conduit in and put the box in and so forth. This will be the gun store, gunsmithing store, and range office. We're not going to stock a bunch of stuff, mostly ammo, targets, hearing protection, eye protection. I don't think we're going to mess around with holsters or anything like that. Once I get my FFL, we'll have a small gun inventory. But in the end of this door, this wall here, I'm going to cut a spot out and put a 3-foot door in. So we're going to have that will be the actual customer entrance. We won't use these doors very often. Maybe open them up in the summer to keep it cool in here, but normally they'll be kept closed. Door will be there. We'll have shelving and so forth on these side walls. In this corner here, we're going to put a small wood burner so we can heat the place pretty well. Where this door comes out, the cash register area will be here. Probably going to have a glass display cabinet here, and then I'm going to have an L-shaped bench around that back corner where I'll do the gunsmithing. Probably going to put a small cabinet up here and have a refrigerator in that corner. Keep cold beverages and so forth back here for customers for on the range. Probably put the electrical panel, I imagine, right there on the wall, because that's roughly where the conduit's going to be at, is somewhere in this central area in the wall. But that's the plans. As I said, this will be gunsmithing, gun repair, gun cleaning. Probably have on this side bench facing where the wood burner is going to be. I'll have a vertical line on the wall for setting scopes up. Do scope mounting over here. So it's small. It's only 10 by 12 or 10 by 20, but for doing nothing but a small amount of sales to support the range and gun cleaning and gunsmithing, I think it's going to be big enough, at least for now. We may do another building over here later for a classroom if we get into doing any kind of instructions. I don't know if I'm going to come off of this roof here or do it separately, but I would like to put an awning out here in front and put a couple picnic tables so you can sit out here and enjoy the view. That, if we do a pavilion shoot house, it won't have the sidewalls. It'll be open so you can see through it. But that's the plans. That's what we're doing. We'll be posting videos on both channels now, Sekeema's Ridge Homestead and Sekeema's Ridge Shooting Sports. But yeah, that's what we've had going on around here. We've been awful busy. We've been working on that range for almost 2 years. In fact, on the Sekeema's Ridge Shooting Sports channel, which I haven't put a video on in probably 4 or 5 years. Originally it was Sekeema's Ridge second channel, but we just never really got into the gun content like we planned on. There is a video on there where we talk about the range, and in that video I'm actually standing like at the bottom of this range, right around probably the 125 yard mark, looking back up this direction, where the loggers were supposed to put a range in for us and never did. But that was, like I said, this has been in the plans for a long time to put a range back here. And then when we bought the track loader, we were able to get the trees down and get it cut in there. It's just too difficult with that bucket to move dirt flat. So we're gonna have to either rent a dozer or buy a bulldozer for doing that next year. But hopefully within the next couple months, I can get the electric hooked up in here. We can get the wood burner hooked up and get some heat in there, insulate it, put the walls and ceiling up and everything. And we've already bought some insulation and some vinyl for the floor. All the electrical stuff has been purchased. So it's just going to be when I got the time here, when it's not too cold out to work, we'll chip away at that, and hopefully by spring we'll actually be able to officially open, and hopefully by then the FFL process will be wound up as well. So stay tuned for both channels. We'll upload some content. Maybe I'll try and film taking some of these trees down, because I just put a strap on them and pull them over with the track loader and cut them up. Takes the roots and everything up generally. So we'll keep you updated. We'll let you know what happens around here. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.